One thing that the enemy has a lot of people fooled on, under the deception of the fact that a lot of people say, you know, if God is good, then why is all this bad stuff happening? Or why would God do such things, you know? And I really just want to come on here and really tell the real meaning behind these things. A lot of people who say this don't really have no relationship with God in the first place. They're kind of just hearing stuff from the outside in and just taking and running with it instead of actually knowing who God is. But the devil's got a lot of people under the deception of that. And I feel like a lot of people don't have a clear understanding, and they're not going to search for the clear understanding. So I'm going to say it in the best way possible. So God is perfect, meaning God does no wrong. Anything he does is not going to harm you. You know, anything that harms you is your choice. So if we know that God is perfect, then he can't do no evil. You know, God gives us free will as human beings because he loves us, and he's not going to make us robots. Bear with me. He's not going to make us robots. He loves us. So he gives us free will. We can choose to do good. We can choose to do bad. Majority of the times, I think that's where people mess up right there. They just forget that he gave us free will to be able to do what we want to do. So, you know, for example, if you have a good friend, right, and you work at a job and you're putting them on at a job that you have good history with, good reports, you know, people love you, and you bring that friend along and they do horrible. They're not nowhere near as good of a worker as you. Their service is horrible. You know, they just gained a whole bunch of bad reports. The quite opposite, you know. It's going to give the illusion that you are a bad person from the outside looking in because you put them on, and what they do reflects off of who you are as a person. If somebody don't know who you are, they're going to be like, oh, he requested this person, or he sent us this person. He said he was a good worker. He said he would be committed in this and that. So you can kind of look at the situation as, you know, God is the good person, the good worker, and we are the people who mess things up. He gives us free will, and we choose to, you know, do good or do evil, and that makes him look bad, and that's why it separates us from him. So it has a lot of people under deception in that God is evil, or the stuff he does is evil, or why does he allow evil things? And that's the answer right there. So it's like, you know, the stuff that we do and how we choose to, you know, operate, good or bad, is pointing at God, especially from unbelievers, you know, outside looking into it. They're going to look at it like, oh, if this person is this or that, then God's bad because they're bad. But that's false. God gives us free will, and if you knew that God gives us free will, then you would know that we have a choice to do good or bad. So I just wanted to clear that up and give people a better understanding of why God is not evil and why bad things may happen. So yeah, hope you got a better understanding.